Anyway,
Mhm.
we will get cracking. So, I actually
Yes.
chose his character profile before watching the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, but
Yeah, you were
based
saying.
on the trailer, I thought it was going to be relevant, and I was
Mm,
right, which is good.
you were.
So this week's character profile is on Mantis. Um, Once again, the MCU interpretation of Mantis is very, very different. Not necessarily a
Okay.
bad thing. It's just
Mm,
different. So Mantis first appeared in Avengers number 112 all the way back in March 1973.
mm.
Um, she is the
Decent one.
daughter of Gustav Brandt and Lua Nguyen. Yeah,
Fancy names.
yeah. Um,
Okay.
as a child, she was trained by the priests of Pama, which was a Cree sect who believed that she was the celestial Madonna.
Ooh.
Um, yeah, not intergalactic like singing icon Madonna. More like Mother of Space Jesus Madonna. Um, Due to her martial arts proficiency as a child, she was nicknamed Mantis and therefore just named Mantis because she didn't have a name.
Gotcha.
Um, as the protector of the Kotai people, she was also granted telepathic abilities by the priestess.
Interesting.
Um, but then when it came to her 18th birthday, they wiped her mind, gave her false memories of being a Vietnamese orphan, and left her in Vietnam. Say it together with me, folks. That reeks of a retcon. Um, I'm sure people who've watched a lot of this
Oh.
now, when I'm going through character profiles, they're like, that seems like that's been changed retroactively.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, and this is like another extent of you can tell this has been changed retroactively. Um, while she was in Vietnam after having her memories wiped, she was working as a prostitute. This is where she met Swordman, who we have met in the MCU. Jack from the Hawkeye show.
Uh,
Of course, in the comics, he trained Hawkeye and was a villain.
mm.
Um, while he was out in Vietnam feeling sorry for himself, she helped him become a hero once again, and they joined the Avengers together.
How
Um,
cute.
yeah. She then became a part of the roster. She wasn't a big part of the roster, but she was there.
Mhm.
Um, but she wouldn't really make her mark until during the Thanos War.
Right.
Um, During this, um, she kind of made her mark and she became part of it. And as a result of this, Kang found out that she was the Celestial Madonna. And this meant that she kind of found out about her past. So I imagine this is
Gotcha.
when her past got retconned and added in.
Okay.
Um, so during the fight with Kang, Swordman died, and she finally admitted that she loved him.
Oh.
And they buried him. And then she got given all of her memories back, essentially, or knowledge of her life back. I wouldn't necessarily
Mhm.
say the memories. And she discovers that the eldest Katai
Mm.
was buried underneath Swordsman's body.
Oh.
The spirit of the Katai then overtook Swordsman's body because the Celestial Madonna was destined to have the Celestial Messiah, Space Jesus, with the eldest of the Katai race.
Right.
Yeah. So the
Sure.
Katai overtook Swordsman's body. They get married in a dual ceremony with Wanda and Vision.
Oh, how cute.
And then they go and have their Space Jesus.
What a hell of
Um,
a wedding that'd be.
I just 1970s comic books. Um, then after like her having the baby and then the baby going away to learn how to be Space Jesus, eventually through many fights throughout space, she helped kind of rebuild a new Guardians roster.
Okay.
um, that was left in the wake of a big shit show. And they were like, we need people to go out and protect the galaxy and help get everything back to normal. So her, Drax, Gamora, and a couple of others kind of built a new roster of Guardians and went out and did their thing.
Hmm. Interesting.
Um, in the comic, she's known as being quite harsh and cocky and arrogant,
Right.
which is kind of like the exact
I was
opposite
going to say
of
then the opposite of what we know.
yeah. Um, but that's what it is.
I mean, MCU had a bit more of an interesting approach. I mean, they couldn't really go and be like Vietnam and prostitutes. So,
I mean, let's be completely honest. While we don't know for a fact that it was retconned, I'm gonna go ahead based on logic and say she originally came in as the Vietnamese prostitute.
hmm,
That's a very fucking harsh stereotype
yeah,
of the villain's gone off to Vietnam and come back as a hero with a Vietnamese prostitute.
yeah. I think that's
My big question, which I don't quite get,
oh,
she had antenna the entire time.
even in the comics,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, so work that one out.
It's fine. It
Just
was
don't
just a
question it.
radio headset, Connor. It
Yeah,
was a war
honestly.
going on.
Um, but it's an interesting one. I think it shows how, while there are certain things of our characters we should be protective of when they get brought into the mainstream media,
Yeah,
we
some
also
things.
need to understand that some things can change for the better.
Yeah, agreed.